What makes me think I have all the answers? Well, nothing. I don't think I have all the answers. I can understand why someone might ask the question, given the fact that I've created this little podcast and we call it Ask RC, and I'm not shy every day of taking on a question and seeking to answer it. There is a view that suggests that what is necessary to be willing to do this is a level of self-perception, self-aggrandizement, etc., etc. But that's not how I would see it. I am not doing this because I necessarily believe that I've got a greater capacity to answer these questions more accurately than somebody else. I certainly try and aspire to be accurate. And at the end of the day, my answers, I pray, are always going to be faithful to the Word of God. I don't have a unique access to God's revelation, but I have the same access that anybody else has in reading His Word. And so much of what is coming out here is my attempt to give what I think the Word of God says. Now, I've also been trained as a systematic theologian, and I've been trained as a philosopher and all of those things. But at the end of the day, that's really not why I'm doing this. I don't think that the answers that I'm giving are particularly odd or unique. But what I hope is, to some degree, setting apart these answers from others is my attempt to do so calmly, peacefully, graciously, even attempting to do so winsomely. I want to be able to speak respectfully to people who either don't know the answers to the questions I'm asking, or who have a belief that my answers are wrong and theirs are right. That's the funny thing. People typically don't get offended when someone agrees with them, but they suddenly, when someone disagrees with them, take the view that that person can't possibly be qualified. My father used to say it this way. He'd say, I would say something, and someone would say, well, that's your opinion. As if this is a refutation. As if this is news to my father. Yes, I know it's my opinion. That's why I gave it. I don't expect you to give my opinion. I gave my opinion. But the fact that it's my opinion has nothing whatsoever to do with whether it's true or false. Unless you can demonstrate that all opinions of R.C. Sproul are in error, then naming it one of my opinions doesn't answer the question of whether it's right or wrong. Well, again, if you found yourself or find yourself regularly disagreeing with the answers on Ask RC, it could be because you're right and I'm wrong, or it could be because I'm right and you're wrong, or it could be some combination thereof. I believe that there is truth. I believe the truth is knowable. I believe we have a duty not only to believe the truth, but to pursue the truth and to defend the truth. What I don't believe is that I have special access that no one else has to any truth. I don't believe that I have insight that everybody else lacks. Now, that's why I would argue that the sheer fact that I'm doing this series, Ask RC, is not proof that there's something wrong with me or that I'm insufficiently humble. The sheer fact that I can answer that objection, however, doesn't mean that I'm not beset with pride problems. I would argue that, in fact, I am beset with pride problems, but again, not because I'm a peculiarly wicked person, but because I'm an ordinarily wicked person. And we all struggle with pride. So my hope and desire is that we're going to continue to give sound answers, true answers, and do so in a way that rests on the authority of the answers rather than the authority of the answerer. Hope that makes sense.